Back to the stream. We were 30 minutes, I mean, less than 30 minutes away from from finishing the race, and my internet decided to show who's the boss. So, yep, internet connection lost, and then I have no idea. I think maybe the connection got too slow and broadcast decided to stop. So let me just see what was the time that we have stopped. I think 1:32, 1:32 something. Yeah. Yeah, let me see that. Let me start here. I think all good as of right now. Let me see. Let me see. I mean, it's just a normal day in my life with the internet connection. It happens. I think it happens when, especially when I'm streaming, because yeah, because I think the lack of I think the broadband for the stream to go through. Luckily, I'm doing it 720p. But anyway, let's continue from here. We are at the lap number 22 and 1 minute 31 into the race. Hopefully, it won't disconnect again because I have to then make another video. I mean, it's gonna be pain in the buttocks. Yeah. Yeah, we have seen this bit, but then yeah, it's we have seen this. No, maybe we have, maybe we have not. I think yeah. This is where the Scott goes off. I mean, I kept talking throughout the video. Throughout the video, I did not know that the stream ended, but then I think he braked a little bit. He braked a little bit outside of the track where there was a wet patch. I think then that make him spun. I think. Oh my god! I mean, he must be beating himself. But then knowing his pace, well, he's still on the slipstream range as of right now. But then Timo did not have any issue right there going through that chicane. And then of course it is difficult to look out for those which wet patches. I mean, it's the night time, and yeah, I think he completely misjudged that. And then because side of the tracks, including the curbs, if you can see that in the game, in the moisture meter or something like that in the game, you can see that when you step on the curbs, you can see that it goes off the charts. So that meaning that you should not be stepping onto the curbs until that goes down the first level, because there are like two levels into that meter. And yeah, once again, sorry about the stream, because I mean, yeah, I don't have any control of the internet, and it's not the best connection, and we sometimes get low speed. I mean, it's not like that I've lost the connection completely, and like the PlayStation giving me that you have lost the connection or anything. No, it was not like that. I think lack of broadband. I think the connection got a lot slower, and then yeah, the PlayStation decided to end the stream. So no, I'm done. I think so. I think this is gonna be another 30 minutes video. So I've already named it part 2 for this one. Yeah. So then I'm gonna rename the first one as part 1. So I mean, not the way I like to do things. I mean, I don't mind if the race is 3 hours or even 4 hours. I mean, I like to stream continuously and finish it in a one video. So we have a fight in our hand as of right now. I mean, this is now, we're at the lap number 22, and I think all the pit stops are done as of right now. Is it? I think if Timo in the chat, you can help me out here. I think all the pit stops are done as of right now. We have done what? We have only done how many pit stops? Yeah, 3 pit stops already. I think. Yep, that was the last one. Yep. This is the last pit stop. So this is gonna, I mean, it's gonna come down to this. I think Kipsy is ahead. I'm pretty sure he has another pit stop. Maybe he has another pit stop. because or maybe Keepsy does not have a it, so maybe he pulled a masterclass here and ended up in P4. I think so. I think he was all the way down at P7, P8 and something like that, but then after the rain, if he get his pit stops done correctly, and then this strategy comes into the play, and if he can end up in P4, that's a really great result. But then now these two races, oh no, oh Keepsy get kicked out. Oh yeah, I completely forgot. I completely forgot that is his race done right there. I think network issues as well. We had a couple of network issues, and yeah, and Keepsy dropped out, and then yeah, that's really, I mean, that's really unfortunate for him, because 1 hour 36 minutes into the race, and he was in a quite comfortable position right there, P4, and then yeah, I mean, he did everything right there. I mean, he did not start off in a great position. I don't think so. But then his race pace was not that great either. I mean, considering everything. But then he got the strategy right there, and then he ended up in P4. Yeah, and then really unfortunate for him to get kicked. It's not like, I don't think like it's like getting kicked out. I think it has to do with the connection, and I'm not quite sure how that works. But then the new guy at P6 and Nerix in P7, and it is right behind him, not quite right behind him. I think the pack has scattered a lot right now. I mean, this is the fight for P2. This is the fight for P2, because if Timo stays ahead of Scott at the end of the race, they're gonna tie up the points, and then they're gonna win with a tie. I mean, they're gonna be a tie for P2, and I'm not quite sure if you have any way to break those ties or anything like that, but I'm not quite sure. But then if Scott stays ahead, then obviously he's gonna get P2 automatically, because currently he's in P2. And then all right, looks like we have a way of breaking the ties as well, so good to know that. And let's see, let's go down slowly and see. Nerix is really close to the new guy, and not really close, but then quite close. Not that close, but then quite close. I mean, it's all about the pace, I think. Yeah, because the track is almost dried up completely, and if you can keep up that pace and avoid all the penalties and everything, and hope the drive in front makes a mistake, yeah, that can get him to P6. It's not, I mean, if he can get to that, it's not bad either, given that all he have to go through the race. I mean, the race was not going really great for him compared to what we see, what we used to see from Nerix. But then, yeah, it is, of course, having a huge gap to Nerix, and then followed by Musi. I think Musi had a couple of mistakes as well, and he spun, I think, and that completely ruined his race. And then we start jumping into our aim category, and Damon is in P1 for the division, P10 overall, and P1 for the division. This is pretty interesting. I mean, impressive, given that he was away from the game all this time, and he decided to jump back, and now somehow he found great pace here within his division. Impressive stuff from him to stay ahead of the pack in his division. I mean, if he participated in more races, maybe this could have been a fight for the championship or the championship podium as well. And we have Oscar in P11. The gap between Holy moly, the gap between Damon, gap between Oscar. Look at that. I mean, that is some great work. That is great work from Damon. What's the light of Oscar's car? I mean, one is orange and one is white. Is that how it is, or is that? Oh no. I think that is one of my light, or is it? Yeah, I think so. I was like, what the hell is that? Oh no, actually, his car has one light yellow and one light white. What is that? Is that a bug? I mean, look at that. Oh, that's a first for me. So Oscar, yep. I mean, me neither. I mean, the gap between Oscar and Katz is Andre is not that bad either, and Andre picks up another penalty. But yeah, have to acknowledge the fact that Andre, he keeps going. Doesn't matter where he finishes, but excuse me, he keeps going. And then because the division is, as of right now, you can see there's game division, because I think Carlos got a disconnection as well, and who's the other person? We have already 2 disconnections. Yeah, Carlos and Keepsy. I mean, the divisions, when you have divisions that not fully packed, I mean, you should be keep going, because the Pro-Am is the most crowded division. I mean, we have, as of right now, we have 9 drivers. If you can see, we have 9 drivers up to P9. It is Pro-Am drivers, and then from P10 it's the AM division. But we used to have more people, as I remember, but then we already have 1 disconnection. So I mean, these are easy points. I mean, you just don't have to give up, and you have to stay in the race, and you can pick up points. And the divisions, of course, if you're talking about it, divisions are created to give drivers from each skill levels to have equal chance, either winning or in the standings of the championship. And I can see a battle brewing on here. This is okay. Let's look at the front of the pack. This is Presley. Nothing to watch here. He's back in his own race there. And then we have Dragon. Dragon is also done a wonderful strategy and done really good, because you can see we were having very good pace compared to Dragon in the first part of the race, and then that has that we need to consider the we need to consider the teamwork. Of course, bump drafting as well comes into the play, and because of that I mean, could be we were having more pace, because I'm not quite sure where Dragon is standing when it comes to his pure pace. Is he gonna be with the pros, or is he gonna be with the Pro-Ams? Because as of right now, if you consider the trial lap times, if you consider them, Dragon is the second place when it comes to all the driver trial times, I mean division qualifier times. Alright, we have a fight here for P4. Scott is not far behind, and Timo, I think Timo is not having a great time as of right now, because Scott is in his slipstream. When a BMW comes into your slipstream, you know that that car is really fast on the straight line, having a great straight line speed as well. But then when you're having a slipstream as well. You look at that. He has already closed the gap. I think almost side by side. But then Scott is into the outside. But then go. Okay, all right. So Scott backed out a little bit because if you are on the outside to the entry to the chicane, then you automatically have the inside at the middle of the corner, meaning it can go either way because then again Timo will be having the inside for the exit of the chicane. So I mean it can go either way. But then Timo seems to have seems to get a yep. Timo says that he had to play it very defensive there because of course you cannot lose any time, as well as you have to keep it on the track because things are getting spiced up here. This is gonna go down to the wire. We are at lap number 25. As I remember, we have done only lap 28, so it's gonna be 3 laps. It's gonna be about I think 12-13 minutes, and we are at 1 hour and 46 mark as of right now. And yeah, as we speak, we have what is that, 13 minutes remaining in the clock. And Timo is having traffic as well, and Scott is really trying there to get the overtake done because when you fight like that, you're gonna lose a lot of time as well. But then there is nobody at the back because EnduroX seems to be far behind. Scott is looking to the inside and outside everywhere, and then we have traffic also comes into play. Oscar is in front of Timo, and let's see how it's gonna go down because that is really good. Oscar, the gentleman he is, gives way to Scott, but then Scott goes out a little bit. Is that gonna be it seems like that he went off the chicane for a bit, but then but it lost a lot of time for him to get the passing done. But then again, I have to remind these divisions, they work like multi-class racing because the other division is slower and you're gonna come across the traffic. But then the thing is that it is your responsibility, always your responsibility. I mean, they are giving us way. If you see that Oscar is moving out of the way and giving them the chance, giving the faster driver the space, but then they are not entitled to do because they have their own race going on, and then whenever you are coming into the turn and the faster driver is right behind you. But you are entitled to your line, and you don't have to move away from your line and give the space. Timo goes a little bit deeper, seems, but I think a little bit late on the brake there. There is a gap formed between these two, Timo and Scott. But then you need to have perfect exit as well. And it seems like Scott is still in the slipstream range as of right now. Probably a 1 second gap, or maybe less than 1 second. Could be less than 1 second. But then, like I was talking about, when it comes to the traffic, I mean the faster car, it is always the faster car's responsibility to overtake safely. The slower car doesn't have to give way. I mean, of course, if it is like a straight line or something like that, you can move away from the line and racing line and give way. But then, when it comes to turns, that is how it is when it comes to multi-class race. And here it's gonna work out like that, reaching the end of Mulsanne straight, and it's all about getting that better exit and keeping Scott away from the slipstream. this is going down to wire, and Presley and Dragon, myself, we are a little bit far away from these two as of right now. So the results are gonna remain as it is when it comes to the first three, because the gap is too big, about 30 seconds gap between myself and Dragon, 30 or more than 30 seconds gap between myself and Dragon. And Presley is in another league completely. I mean, yeah, he's in a totally another world. But Scott goes a little bit wide into that corner. I'm not sure how's that gonna compromise his exit to the straight, because these exits from the corners are really crucial, as you can see how long of a straight that you have to go through again. Goes through the Porsche curves, and this is where you have to keep your car steady, and of course, because this is where you can either lost a lot of time or gain a lot of time, and then yeah, if you keep it straight, you're good. If not, you're gonna lose a lot of time through this. Coming into the final chicanes right now, both of them are really close. I think Scott is much closer than he was at the start of the Mulsanne straight. Let's switch back to Scott's perspective. So this is all about keeping the car between the lines and not picking up penalties or anything, not make a huge mistake. I mean, even the slight mistake as of right now with this distance, yep, it's gonna. Oh, there was a little bit of a slide there. There goes Scott into the leads. When I was just now talking about the mistakes, you cannot afford mistakes when the cars are really that close, and picks up a 5 second, half a second penalty as well. And I'm not. This is why the tracks. I'm not really sure about GT7's penalty system. I mean, one guy goes completely out of the track and he loses time there as well. He already losing time and he's speeding out of the track, and then he gets a penalty. But then Timo gets a really good exit. You can see that he is side by side already going into the chicane, but then this is but he's on the outside. Yeah, decides to lift up, give the place back, almost at the back of Scott, and he's going for that slipstream. He's gonna get that slipstream. Scott is gonna wave left and right to break the slipstream. Not gonna worry, catching up so fast. And I'm not quite sure is that a bump draft from Timo to Scott, but looks to the inside. Is it side by side? I think so. And no, completely misjudged the turn and goes straight, but gets the push. He said out of the track. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but I think it is within the track limits, because Timo did not get any penalty or anything like that, because GT7 probably should have handed over a penalty, but I think he lost time there. Yep. Seems like he lost a lot of time. Not much, but then yep, he's going to lose a lot of time, because around the second when he serves the penalty, and that kind of gives. Oh yeah, okay, all right, yep. I think Timo lifted up a little bit and gave the position back. Because he was outside of the track, because even me, I did not see him in the track. But then I was not quite sure with the camera angle and everything. But then look at that, the slipstream is gonna give you a huge advantage, but then all that advantage is gonna go down the drain when he serves this penalty of a half a second. It's gonna cost, in reality, it's gonna cost you more than a second, because this is the start of a long straight, and here we go. If you look at the minimap as of right now, you can see the gap that he's gonna pull Scott gonna pull, but then yeah, and we are at lap number 27. This could have gone a lot differently if Timo did not make that mistake, and if Timo did not get that penalty, which seems to be a really unfair penalty as of, for me. I mean, Nurix also gets a similar penalty when he goes off the track and spins, goes into the kitty litter, cut the cars a little bit, and then you get a penalty, and that is not really fair. I have no clue how Polyphony came out with those things. I mean, if you are not gaining time out of the track, why are you gonna get a penalty? I'm not quite sure. And they are heading into lap number 28, possibly. I think this is the final lap in the race. We have around 4.5 minutes remaining. Is it gonna be the final lap? I'm not quite sure. It seemed like when Scott crossed the line, it's gonna be like 4.5 minutes. I'm not quite sure. Is it lap number 28 or is it lap number 29? Because as of right now, we have only 3 minutes. As at this moment, we have only 3 minutes, and they are close once again. Really close once again, and Timo gets another penalty. Yeah, that's it for him. I mean, he gets a half a second, another half a second penalty, and he's right up close, closing into Scott's slipstream. But then this is not gonna help. I think this is pretty much gonna seal the places here. And if we go down a little bit, we seems to have another fight here. Is it gonna be a P6 for Nerix? Because we are coming to the end of the race, and he goes to the inside for the first chicane, and he has the inside line here. Oh, seems like he got it. Seems like he got it, but then not quite sure. He goes out a little bit, but then yeah, there was a little bit of a wiggle as well, and he's tucked back into the slipstream, but gets another half a second penalty. So I think this is gonna decide his place as well. I mean, oh, that's really unfortunate. That was P6 within the grabs. I mean, yeah, that was P6. I mean, yeah. It gets half a second penalty. I think really unfortunate when it comes to Timo and Nerix with the half second penalty. I think the new guy doesn't even have to fight it that much, because he just have to stay in the close proximity of Nerix, because he's gonna serve the penalty and he's gonna lose about 1 second of his time. So there's no need, not much of a need actually, to fight that one. Timo gets another penalty. That's a 1 second penalty, and that's gonna seal the P5 for him. And we have less than 1 minute to go through this race. Less than 1 minute, and look at the gap between Scott and Timo. But then Timo gonna spend. I think he's gonna lose 1.5 or 1.5 a second right there, and that gave breathing room. What a race by Scott. He's been battling 3 Porsches at one stage, and there he goes at P4, and this is gonna be P2 for him in the championship. Let's go forward a little bit. Yep. Yep, that's the race end for me. That's the race end for myself. Finishing P3, lap number 28. We have completed lap number 28. I think I lifted a little bit, because if I had to go one more lap, I did not have any fuel, as I remember. But then these two are in their very own league right now. Presley is in a complete different league, and then Dragon, really good race for him. And And Scott, I mean, I cannot praise him enough for his race. That was some classy race from him to secure P2 in the championship, to keep the P2 in the championship, because he entered the race with P2 in the championship. And a lot of fights. I mean, three Porsches, like I said at one time, three Porsches surrounding him, and then yeah, he kept his calm. He kept his calm, and then he did the strat right. And yeah, that's that was that. But then I think Timo got actually really unlucky. I mean, it could have been either. Oh, Presley went a little bit wide there, but then nothing to lose for him. Oh, I think he was telling Narix about to have a close fight. I think I did miss that, but let me. I think I can always go a little bit. Let me see. Oh wait, we have a fight. So Narix serves the penalty. So yeah, we're gonna see this. I mean, this is gonna be a small clip anyway. Right at back of the new guy in his green Lamborghini. I mean, he did a great race. And goes wide there for a little bit, and this opens the door for Nerix. Oh, finally, Nerix is back in P6. Look at that, back in P6. This is wonderful stuff from Nerix. I mean, I have completely missed that. And they are coming to the chicanes, and the new guy is pretty fast. You can see that he is coming up really fast. Nerix has to go a little bit defensive here, or is he gonna keep his line? No, he jumps into the inside, but then not quite enough, and gets a little bit of a wiggle with that Lamborghini, and Nerix goes a little bit wide there. He did not hit the apex, but no, that's oh my god, that's a crazy finish. I mean, he gets P6, well deserved P6, because Nereus actually, I think he missed the apex there at the last chicane. I mean, I saw the results, the new guy in P6, but then I did not see this. I mean, I'm really glad Yup, what a race to the finish. What a race from the new guy. What a race from Nerix. I mean, if Nerix had touched that apex, I think he would have gonna get a better exit out of there. But then yeah, I think I think Nerix, I mean, in that case, he could have gone Nerix could have gone a little bit defensive through the chicane, I think. And then Presley and Dragon, what a race from them. Dragon, I think all the way, like maybe 50 seconds behind the Presley. And we are seeing Presley is going back to his pace, I think, here. I think he completely okay, all right. I think he pushed a little bit too much there. I mean, he didn't have to push it. He already got the fastest lap. He's already, I think, about 40 seconds ahead of the other guys. I mean, he doesn't have to push that hard to go to, but I think, yeah, he was doing his usual pace, and then yeah, he lost it a little bit. But then what a great race from Presley. He's, I think, back in his form. I mean, he used to race with the pros, and I think he's getting back there slowly, getting a... Hold on, what happened there? I mean, I think something happened. Alright, okay, hold on. I think something really bad happened there. I'm not quite sure what happened, but let me get through myself so then I can fast forward the laps. Oh man. Yep, video ended, yep. Okay, I was watching Presley, I think, yeah. Let me see. Alright, let's everybody finish the race, I think. I think everybody finished the race at this point. All right, so this is it. I think yeah, my video ended. Video ended as in I think my stream is going on, right, Timo? I think my stream is still there. I think so. So yeah, what a race from Nerix and the new guy and all right, let me see. Let me see the stream. Let me see what is going on there. All right. Okay, so yeah, everything is fine. Okay, thanks. Thanks for that. And I was panicking there. Yeah, Presley, what a race from him. What a race from him. He was in a completely another league and yeah, everybody was fantastic. Yep, as Timo mentioned, everybody's fantastic in that race. It was a really clean race. We did not have any issues throughout the race, and Presley was flying. And then Dragon, even after so many battles with all the Porsches and everything, he gets back to his P2. I think. I mean, he started I think P4 or P5 or something like that. But then he gets to P2. That's a wonderful race from him. I think he get the strategy down to the wire. I think he got the strategy perfect. And yep. And he's a fast driver as well. And like I mentioned, I mean he's in the division qualifier for the season 3. He's the second fastest guy right now. So yeah, he's a really fast guy on the track. I think we had a little bit of advantage with our bump drafting and everything, having a little bit pace than him. But I don't think when it comes to pure pace we have that against him. But yeah, really fast guy. I think either he gonna be in the pro division or he's gonna be in the top of pro am. We are not quite sure, but great race from him. And myself to finish P3 after everything. Yeah, I'm really glad to be to finish P3 and get some points. But yeah, I'm really happy for the season to end up in a great note for me, getting the championship win as well. It was a great season for me personally. I'm really happy with the season. And Scott, driven driven a hell of a race, Scott. Yeah, you should have a. I mean, you should get all the praise that the praises that you are getting. But then, yeah, that was that was a really good race from me. Take a bow, man. I mean, wonderful race and wonderful season as well. Uh, I mean, he proved it. He proved what we. I mean, what he has. I haven't seen him in the season 1, but I've got to see him in season 2. And when I see him in the season 2, he was a fast driver. When we started our season, first race in the season, um, which was Spa, we saw his pace. Him and Walsberry, of course, they were toe to toe, and yeah, he screwed up the strat. I remember in Spa, but then yeah, apart from that, yeah, he's a really fast driver. Drove a really good season, drove a really good race here, especially this one right here. Uh, to finish ahead of Timo and not even giving the chance of tying the points. I mean, yeah, Timo made a mistake, but then when it comes to Scott, yeah, he did not make a mistake. I mean, he did make a huge mistake, but then he came back from it and then took the advantage of Timo's mistake. Okay, I made a mistake, you made a mistake. All right, then Scott got the better of it, and he was leading. He was in front of Timo before he made the mistake at the chicane, but then they swapped back with Timo's mistake, and then Timo had a couple of penalties as well. I think apart from, I think not for those penalties, maybe we could have seen. I mean, it would have been a totally different result, but then it is what it is. So Timo drove a really great race. Drove a really great season. I mean, yeah, he secured a P3 in the championship, and yeah, that's a hell of a result, of course. And really worked together through the season, and that results is already showing. Porsche in the championship. Porsche. in the championship lead and in the manufacturers championship with a huge lead. That is, of course, we had Nereus as well joining in to the team in round number six. I think it's Tokyo. Yeah, yeah, he joined the team, and then he proved to be a really, really good asset to the team, and he was bringing in a lot of points for us in all of the races. And yeah, that was a great race from Timo. I mean, championship. When it comes to the drivers, yes, P1 and P3 for both the Porsches. Really happy to see. I mean, I would have been much happier to see a P1 and a P2, but then it is what it is. And the new driver, what a race from him! What a race from him and Nerix at the end. And yeah, that was a great fight between these two. And almost, I mean, Narius, I thought he's gonna finish P6 almost, but then I mean, Timo mentioned that they were having a great fight, Narius and the new guy. They were having a really great fight. Because I did not see it, I was following Timo and Scott, and yeah, so that was a great race from the new guy. Hope he stays, and hope one day I get to pronounce his name also, because he was not in the chat as well. Yeah, hopefully one day I'll get to pronounce his name. And Nerix, what a teammate he has been through the season, bringing in a lot of points for Porsche, and made it a really comfortable win for us, because we were working our buttocks off, me and Timo, to keep the Porsche in the lead, and then at the end, yeah, we never had to concede our lead when it comes to the manufacturers. We kept the leader pretty much, and then Norris joined in, and then it boosted our lead into a whole different level, and we won the manufacturers championship. I think 2 or 3 races ago, really comfortably. It is another Porsche driver bringing in some points in the last couple of races. I think he did not finish on the last race, but he finished in this one. P8, really good race, and yep, and yeah, Musi in P9. I mean, he had a mixed season throughout. I mean, he has pace. We know that Musi has pace. I mean, yeah, when it comes to qualifying and everything, you can see that he has great pace, but I think he lacks a little bit in when it comes to the consistency. Uh, but then again, his teammate left, of course, in the middle of the season, which was a bummer, and then that resulted him in switching to BMW for a couple of races, and then I think he was not having a great time in that BMW. So yeah, that too as well. Maybe could have resulted in, and then I think this Lamani was, I mean, this race he was having a good one until he had a spin, and then bunch of penalties came all of our way. I don't think anybody got away with the penalties. I don't think. I think everybody had a penalty at some point of this race. A brutal track, and great race from Damon as well. I mean, finishing overall P10 and finishing P1 in AM division. I think that should. I mean, that needs to be acknowledged, because he was away from the races for a while, and then he come back with a banger. I mean, he finished. I think even the last race at Daytona, he finished P1. I think when it comes to the AM division, I mean, what a comeback from him. I mean, if he did not leave, and he could have been maybe fighting for the podium. I think so. And then Andre, huge respect for this guy right here. I mean, wins the championship, of course, by staying in the race. I mean, he did not have. I think he had a really good result in Daytona, but then apart from that, he was struggling with the Lamborghini, because that is the car that he chose. And then later on, I think everybody in his division allowed him to change the car, and to have him a better car that suits his driving style. But he stayed there consistently. He participated in all the races, and almost all the races, and he finished almost all the races. I'm not almost all the races. I think he finished every race if he did not disconnected in the race. Apart from, I think he had one disconnection, that is with the paddle issues. Apart from that, he finished every. Then look at this. I mean, he won the championship for AM division, which is not a small thing. I mean, that's the participation. I mean, that's being patient and getting through the race. That's the result that he get. I mean, really good job from Andre, right there. And Oscar, I think he disconnected at the last minute, but we gave him the points because yeah, that was I don't know actually what was happening because we were 14 people and three disconnected, and we are down to 11 as of right now. So Oscar, I think finished maybe ahead of Andre, but then yeah, but then he secured a P3. No, sorry, P2 in the championship. Oscar, he secured P2 in the championship, and we have Carlos, who also had a DNF. Then we decided to give him the points, and then which made him P1 in the championship. But the gentleman he is, he didn't want to take any points for that DNF. So yeah, he dropped all the way back to P3 in AM Division Championship. I mean that how close the season, the championship was for AM Division. So this is a really great race from everybody, and a great season from everybody as well. It was amazing, and so the next one is gonna be a little bit of a roller coaster as well because the cars that nobody used will come into play in the next season. So yeah, I'll be broadcasting them as well. I mean the race replays whenever I get time after the races. So I'll be doing that and trying to cover all of the races as well. So that is it for the season, and the championship is done, and the manufacturers championship as well is done. We had a lot of growth in the league as well. So yeah, I'll be including the links to the league. I mean, if there is any random person decided to hop in and watch the stream by any chance, yeah. So yeah, that's it from me. 29 awesome laps for the two leading guys, and yeah, 28 for us. That was a wonderful race. Enjoyed it a lot, and seeing those battles, and wonderful race, and I'm looking forward to more battles like that in the next season. So I'll see you guys in the season 3. And then everyone have a good day, have a good week, good month. I think I'm not quite sure actually when's the next season is gonna start, but yeah, I'll see you when I see you. Take care, everyone.